As this crowd rolled into U.S. Bank Stadium, they were bundled up, jackets and scarves, downright cold outside on this November evening. But all good here inside as we welcome you to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Already here, they'll audible to something else.
Now a first down throw, Warner. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
You look at this Eagle defense.
Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. At that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Now they'll change things up.
On 1st and 10, Warner.
Complete. Jefferson to target.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The Vikings sit 5-3 now on the year. They coming off the loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple of months, CD. 5 wins in their last 8 games.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Here's Warner. He finds his man complete. That's Moss.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, Warner. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say it was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Vikings send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt.
Punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Palmer, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings.
This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to throw it opening, and there he goes.
Look at the big man rumble. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Up the middle they go. Palmer. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
A lot of energy in this building tonight, but the opening drive produces 3, maybe quiets them just a bit, at least momentarily.
Just a little, right? That's all you're asking for, right? Things just getting started. You know they haven't taken the momentum totally here, but at the same time, they like what they've done here in the early going.
Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It'll be Warner on 1st down. And he
just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now a 2nd and 10. And now they'll shift things around.
To throw on second down. Warner. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. In motion left comes Moss. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Palmer. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd down, it's Palmer. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith,
His 4th touchdown on the year.
and the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Now Cade York for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
And this is going to be dropped. Oh, my gracious. There was no one in his area code, but he could not hang on to it.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Warner from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Now Warner. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Warner to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Moss. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
In motion comes the tight end left.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, Warner.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41.
No whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Swift is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Jalen Hurts
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you know. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Quick slant here to Smith.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Up the middle they go. It's Rice. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. Hurts.
Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running, because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
But first down, Hurts.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now a give right side. Rice. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
About ready to get this next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. And now an audible here into something else.
Now Warner. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there as the first half is winding down.
And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that, it only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Nice move, and he works free. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Waste of time.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Hurts. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rice. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
York able to send this one through,
and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's
looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Out of the gun, here's Warner.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the left sideline.
And down to the 7-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
That's caught left side by Judy.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Rice. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Pass complete to Judy on the out route.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Warner.
That is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
To throw, Warner. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
They'll try and throw for it here. Try to lay one up deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Eagles are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was 4th down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
On 2nd down, Swift.
Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On second down now, it's Rice. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll keep it on the ground. Rice. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And an Eagle first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts.
Fighting to stay upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And running with power here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Eagles.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carroll. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The York on now for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Eagles 42, Vikings 14. Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Hold on to it. Take it in the house. Ready. Run it. Take it to the house. Take it. Run it. Go, go, go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And now they'll audible to something else.
To throw on second down, Warner. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
Bart, I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in a blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Warner. Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
The quick slant, good for a first down, a gain of 12.
Now Warner. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now this throw caught left side.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 40.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
It'll be Warner on first down. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Now second and 6 at the Eagles' 37-yard line.
On second down, Warner. And he's got this to Jefferson. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Warner to throw.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a pickup of 13. Leads to third down and 3.
Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Tucker now for the extra point. Now that'll cut the lead down to 28. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And now the rookie's free.
Now he's loose again.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now another shot here at the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Now a first down throw, Warner. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Warner from the gun. And he fires Here's one incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Warner. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slam.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
You can do it, baby! Come on! Keep it up! Come on, baby! Let's go! Keep it going! Take it to him!
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Warner.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback and give him a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with two remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
On first and 10, Warner.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Philadelphia, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our